political climates and even church issues we're seeing in denominations like you spoke of,
Yeah.
these dividing lines is we're going to love these people. So that creates one division.
Mm.
And then there's somebody on the other side going, but the truth is, and that creates another division. And so this conversation you're bringing up, Matt, that really it's an and not an or,
Mm.
that it's so we can have truth
Yeah.
and we can love people. And I think you're right on the money. Love is attractive. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when
Yes.
you love somebody, that is an attractional quality. And then you have the capacity to say, here's the truth. And the truth becomes attractive when it's attached to love. And I think a lot of times what we're seeing is truth being very unattractive because we're using it as a weapon and not as something that's caring and kind.
Yeah.
So how do we hold truth, scriptural truth, and love people as an and not an or?
Yeah. Well, again, it's just having both of those things and knowing, knowing the right times and the places, like, let me start by saying this, that like we're the first generation in history that has like this social media megaphone, what I would call like an online megaphone,
Mm-hmm.
which means that when we're sharing stuff, like a lot of times it's our friends from back in middle school. It's our neighbors when we grew up. It's all these random people that we're friends with. And then we speak our truth, right? Whether it's political or it's biblical or it's whatever it is, we're speaking truths of what we think is right and stuff to this broad audience of everyone we've ever known. And so we kind of have to be mindful of how we're coming across to people, because a lot of times you'll meet someone who's super kind in person, but they just sound like kind of a jerk online. And so it's like, who's going to tell them? Can it be your turn? But and it's something that we all have to be careful of. But it's just thinking, how do I speak truth though? Like, for instance, like, do I need to speak truth to every stranger I see who has something I disagree with on social media? Is that what it means to speak truth? That's not what it means. Like, we don't need to walk alongside of every stranger and tell them what we think the truth is. And so we have some complexities in this, guys, that we've never had before. And one other piece to that is we have the negative news media that is on a 24-hour cycle, and we have the internet where we know everything bad that's going on in the world at any given moment. These are stuff that no other generation's had and no other generation of Christians has ever had. So we have to navigate that by going, okay, how do I walk like Jesus? What would Jesus do is still a really good phrase. And how would he care and how would he talk to people? And it's not that you can't speak truth, but I think people need to see your love even when you're speaking truth. So if there's a way for people to catch you have like a gentle, almost like fatherly or motherly heart when you're speaking truth, that you care about people. And sometimes it's just not your place to speak the truth to every stranger, So it's
Right.
just kind of that, I mean, we could talk about it for hours, I'm sure, but there's all these complexities and it's like, okay, we got to carry it well. But that said, we want to continue to speak the truth because the truth is still life-changing, especially the truth of Jesus.